Good morning, everyone. I am Joey. Josie. Got a wet morning this morning. Pretty cool too. We've went around feeding everybody. Everybody needed water this morning for some odd reason. So been just playing out in the. Not raining super hard. It has rained a couple of times pretty hard, but the wind's blowing really hard. I think we're in a wind advisory today. Noticed blowed a few things over and stuff. Nothing. I haven't noticed any trees down or anything like that, but I have noticed some things blowed over this morning. Hope y'all can hear me. I don't know. The rain hitting the roof, it's making too much racket for y'all to even hear me or not. But today's Sunday. We didn't go to the stockyards yesterday. I didn't do any filming. Figured y'all probably seen, it's pretty much the same thing right over and over and over again. But we did wind up, we bought 7 little bunnies that were babies, were smaller bunnies, young enough for me to be able to take them to Rural King. We didn't even bring them home. We dropped them off at Rural King on the way home yesterday, and sold 2 of them while we were standing there waiting for our paperwork to get done, and somebody was looking at another one as we was getting ready to leave. So, yeah, they're Rural King selling the far out of bunnies. I think that takes a total. I'm over 40 bunnies that I've took them so far. Yesterday's one of those days where I could have, if I'd had older rabbits, I took our older rabbits that we had to the sales and sold them back. Except for I sold 3 to my brother-in-law, sold 1 to a neighbor. But what I had left over, I did take back to the sales and resold them. Bunnies. If I wanted to buy older bunnies yesterday, they were selling. There was a ton of them there. I don't even know how many was there. There was a lot. But the first 2 or 3 went for like $8 or $9. But yeah, there at the end, they were selling for like, I think they one sold for $2. So they wasn't bringing very much yesterday. The older bunnies, which was good. The smaller ones that come in, somebody brought them in like after the sale even started. So everybody done bought all them older rabbits and spent their money, I guess, and stuff like that. So I wound up, I got those 7 little bunnies for fairly cheap, and was able, like I said, I didn't even bring them home. We stopped at Rural King, went inside. These bunnies that I bought was in laundry baskets. I didn't want to take the laundry baskets inside Rural King. So I asked them if they had a box. The guy gave me a cardboard box. I went outside and got them, took them in and dropped them off right then and there. And the guy that was there yesterday wasn't the main, the guy that they put over that area. If I'd had older rabbits, he would have bought them. He didn't care. He was one of the. I think they have 4 assistant managers. I did find that out yesterday. He was one of them. I sold him some rabbits 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. I think the last time I sold him, or the time before, I'd sold him some rabbits. So yeah, he would have bought older rabbits if I'd had them. So I guess it's all good. Like I said, I'm gonna keep going with those. We do have one of our rabbits that kindled. I don't know how many bunnies she's got in there. I know I've reached in there and felt around. I know there's about 4 or 5 anyway. There's probably more than that. I haven't looked. I don't mess with them for 3 or 4 days anyway. Let her calm down and everything, and I usually just reach in, kind of feel around, make sure they're all right. But they seem like they're all right. They're warm. I checked on them this morning. They felt warm this morning because it got down in the 40s last night, upper 40s last night, but it's been really windy and raining. So they felt all right. Tonight's supposed to get down low 40s. So we'll have to see how that goes. But while we was at the stockyards yesterday, I run upon something that y'all had to just see here a little bit later. Just a couple minutes on this video probably, I guess. But me and Josie, we're going to make a trip back over to Stanford to the stockyards and pick something up this morning. Oh yeah, the door on the camper's open, ain't it? It must have blown open. But yeah, we're going to hook up to our livestock trailer. And we're going to go back to Stanford this morning in the rain and the nasty weather and everything and pick something else up. But we'll get back to y'all here in a little while. All right, well, guys, It's like 5.5 hours later in this video. We have had a time. I mean, we've had a time, ain't we? So we get over there, we load up the 2 pigs. I bought it off the guy. I'll tell you how that went here in a minute. But we got the 2 pigs, and he offered me 2 more pigs, and we loaded up 4 pigs. Well, I got ready to pull that and noticed the tires was really low on my trailer. Really low. I didn't even get out of the parking lot. One of them popped off the wheel. So there we see it. 4 pigs in a trailer, tire off the rim on the trailer. So I jacked it up and took the wheel off and stuff. The guy actually let me use his truck to run to town, and went to a couple different air compressors. None of them was good enough to pump the tire up to seal it to the rim. So I went back and told him, I was like, dude, I'm gonna have to call my wife and just get her to come over and get me and stuff. And, told him the air compressors just didn't have enough. Those little quarter slot air compressors. Yeah, neither one of them had enough pressure to pump them up. So he's like, you know what? I know a farmer down the road here. He's got air compressor in his barn. We'll go down there and plug it up. So me and Josie got in his truck. And we took it down there and pumped it up and got it aired up, which was this one on this side. Here's our piggies, by the way. Well, we got it on there. The other one was super low. And we went up to the air compressors up in town, the ones I'd already tried. Went to the first one. It let more air out of the tire than it actually put in it. So there I see it with the tire really flat now. It was already low now. It was almost rim touching the ground. Well, there's a guy sitting to the side of the air compressor. He's like, oh, he said, I didn't see y'all doing that. He said, I would have warned you. He said, I'd already stopped there. He stopped to put air in his tire on his car, and done him same way. It flattened his tire. So he had to walk to Walmart, bought a portable compressor that hooks up to your lighter, in your car, and was pumping his up. And he said, I get done if you want me to. He said, we'll pump that up. So he went up, he pumped the other tire up for me. So we finally got back home. 5.5 hours, which should have been about a 2-hour trip. Well, it been 5 hours. But guys, I'm cold, I'm shivering. The wind, it's been raining, I'm wet. I've got wet over there with these tires. Dude, I'm freezing to death. But we got back. I wound up that those pigs, the guy that runs the stockyards over there had bought them for somebody else, and they paid him for them, but they didn't come get them. So he's kept them. I've been, y'all have probably seen them in some of our other videos. Those pigs have been over there for quite a while, and he's been feeding them with stuff. So basically, he sold those pigs for me for the feed bill. So I got those pigs for a really good price. But I'm gonna move the sheep and my boy goats. Well, not my boy goats, Buddy and Polka Dot and Moon Pie are in 3 different lots back here behind the barn. I'm gonna take them, block them out of one of the lots, put these pigs into that one lot. So we're gonna try to get them moved around. The wind, I guess this is the wind advisory part of this, because the wind is blowing like crazy right now. It's not raining right at the moment, but the wind is blowing like crazy. So we're gonna go back here and move these sheep around and goats and stuff, just get them out of the field. Somebody just woke up. She fell asleep in the truck on the way back. So she's not all the way awake, but we'll get back to y'all here in a minute. I forgot to record. They're loving these acorns. All 4 are females. Like I said, you can't beat the price for some feed. But yeah, they have the rules put up over there. I think they actually kept them longer than they probably really needed to. I know the black one and the red one over there, they've had for probably about a month. The 2 white ones have been a couple of weeks, I think. But the same guy bought them, and he also bought some goats. Oh, I got 2 rabbits in together over here. And one of them's got babies. Good. Yeah, this one jumped out and jumped over into this one. This one's the one that's got the babies. Didn't need that going on. I think when I backed up here, it must have scared her and she jumped. Must have jumped over. Somehow, I didn't think there's that big of a gap in there. I guess so. See it or not. They made themselves right at home. I figured they would. I figured they'd really enjoy getting out of that stockyard for sure. I was wondering if y'all could get in there. You get in there, no problem. Yeah, I'd have been cozy. We went out the house and actually warmed up just for a second. Like I said, I was chilled to the bone. I'm still chilly. But got wet fooling with them tires. And we got some more piggy. I said for a really good price. Probably can make my money back real quick off these, I think. And have a couple left over for see whether or not Gary is still capable of doing his business. The little black one, I kind of like the shape, body style of the black one. It's the little one. This little orange one here, I'm not particularly fond of. A little bit younger. According to the guy over at Stockyards, people had it. It was just a pet, and it got bigger than they wanted it, and they brought it over there and sold it. Yeah, she looks a little different. There's some jaws on that one there. The other one went in there and laid down. We'll see how these go here the next couple of weeks or something. We might light up, sell them pretty quick, man. They've been in this trailer for a really long time. They've made a mess out of it. We'll see how the next couple of weeks go. Like I said, kind of when I bought the 2 white ones, I was planning on one of them I was going to try to sell, and one of them I was going to keep to breed with Gary. And that might probably still what I'll wind up doing. And I'll have to. Let's see about these other 2. What exactly I want to do with them. They're in here just crunching on acorns right now. Enjoying life. I have to get them some water and get them a feed bowl here in a minute, or 2 or 3 or 4 or something. Oh, so guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's been a long day, been a aggravating day. Somebody's in here eating candy. We appreciate you guys watching. We'll catch you guys on the next.